Hello everyone, today we will start our poetry number 5, The Schoolboy by William Blake. The schoolboy in the present poem is not a happy child. What makes him unhappy? Why does he compare himself to a bird that lives in a cage or a plant that withers when it should blossom? Let's see why the boy is unhappy. Stanza number 1. I love to rise in a summer morn when the birds sing on every tree. The distant huntsman winds his horn and the skylark sings with me. Oh, what sweet company! Stanza number 2. But to go to school in a summer morn, oh, it drives all joy away. Under the cruel eye outworn, the little ones spend the day in singing and dismay. In the opening stanza, the speaker, the little boy, shares his delight on waking up to see a summer morning. He admires the pleasant sound of the birds singing on the tree and the huntsman who in the distance blows his horn. He finds the atmosphere so pleasant that he thinks that the skylark sings with him. Skylark is a bird. He finds the company of all these elements of nature very soothing. In stanza number 2, the boy hates going to school on such a pleasant summer morning. He deprived It deprived him of all joy. He hated spending his day under the supervision of a strict teacher. The boy is forced to do what the teacher expects him to do. He, on the other hand, wanted to enjoy the pleasant company of all these friends on a summer morning. Stanza number 3 and 4 are then at times I drooping sit and spend many an anxious hour, nor in my book can I take delight, nor sit in learning's bower, worn thrown with the deary shower. Stanza number 4. How can the bird that is born for joy sits in a cage and sing? How can a child when fears annoy, but the droops his tender wings and forgets his youthful spring? Uh, the boy shares with the reader his weariness. He is tired and frustrated to the core. He spends his hour at school in great restlessness and anxiety. He takes no delight in the lessons. There was nothing freshening about going to school and learning something new because everything was taught in an extremely dull way. In stanza number 4, the poet says the boy draws the imagery of a bird. A bird is born to be joyous and spread happiness through his singing, but this he could do only if he is free and not caged. Similarly, a young child in his childhood is learning to spread his wings or becoming conscious of the world around him. Stanza number uh, 5 and the concluding stanza. O father and mother, if birds are nipped and blossoms blown away, and if the tender plants are stripped of their joy in this springing day by sorrow and care's dismay, how shall the summer arise in joy or the summer fruits appear? In the concluding stanza and the concluding last two lines, the poet says the boy addresses his parents. He tries to explain to them that if birds were nipped, then no one would have ever known the beauty and fragrance that a flower spreads. Similarly, if plants were destroyed when they were still tender, spring would never be a happy occasion. If everything was destroyed before its time, birds would not bloom into flowers, plants would not be alive to give ripe fruits, spring or summer would not be associated with joy. Similarly, the child requires the right kind of mixture of love, care, affection, and freedom to become a pleasant and soothing person. This is what the poetry is. I hope the poetry is clear to you. Um, Thank you.